But on a serious note, he's out there begging for numbers. But you know who else is in need in this time of year? It's always hard when it's cold and in the winter seasons.
The helpless,
The
submissive.
homeless. And a lot of us, it's difficult for us to help the homeless this time of year.
Yeah, that's why I said the helpless.
Yeah. Well, that we are helpless because we don't want to help the homeless. But when the government refuses to help the homeless and take away your SNAP benefits and everything else and ACA incentives and increase inflation and everything else because, everything's great, including making eggs great again. There is a serious superhero out there. His name is Happy Hour Henry. And he's providing the service that the government will not.
HHH?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey, take it for what it is.
I am.
Yeah. But he's out there helping the homeless. HH.
That's literally 3H Atlas.
Yeah, that's like 5 H's. Happy Hour Henry helping the homeless.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
putting more H's in more places. That's raising the bar.
Yeah, shout out to H Mark. But
wow, there's another one. Wow.
But he's out there doing what the government won't. And, the government's real stingy. But this guy says, I know what you need. And I'm here to provide. So I want to give a shout out. And he was all viral through 2025. So I want everybody to remember, Happy Hour Henry. He's the one who's really helping the homeless. And
the candy man.
The candy man. Here, I'll give you one more. You take that. There you go. You're welcome. Some of that fireball.
That had to cost a fortune.
Here you go. You're welcome, bro. Here you go. But see, he's helping them where they need it most. Here you go. See, the government won't provide.
If the government did this and put poison in that stuff, the government could further their agenda so quick. They could get rid of all of us peons if they just put immediate poison in stuff like that and just gave it out to everybody. He's like, oh, oops, that was a bad batch. And that company gets sued, but you just killed off a few million of the population of America. It make all the elites happy to get rid of us.
No, maybe, but then, like I've said before, even on the lives, they have this paradoxical quandary. You don't have a birth rate. You don't have nobody feeding the system. And so if you wipe the population out, who's going to pay for your pyramid schemes? If you...
Well, not helpless people.
No,
not me. I'm not paying for that.
But you're just saying anybody. Because, if you're just passing them out, I'm sure everybody's going to be yumming them up.
Yeah, I'm one of those helpless people.
But it doesn't end here. Because, this is just feeding the belly and the mouth. That's one thing. But you also need to provide protection because these homeless people are vulnerable. Who's protecting them? So they need to have self-defense. Mm-hmm. So Happy Hour Henry turns into helping the homeless have safety when there's no shelter. Mm. It continues. Do you love me? I tell we got to give them chainsaws.
Yeah.
Whoa, Y3.
Yeah, look at that. He's ready. Can you imagine that guy out there with a chainsaw?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? But he doesn't end here.
This is why I never leave home without protection.
Yeah.
I always have protection.
Yeah, somebody asked that in one of these forums also. And these are wild forums I go to. It's like, what happens if you wake up one morning out in somebody's yard and there's a condom in your butt? That's it. You just you feel something, you pull it out, there's like a condom in your butt. What would you do? I was like, who are you asking these questions in these forums? I guess a better question is, what am I doing in these forums? But Happy Hour Henry is not finished. Chainsaws are one thing, but they also need more protection. So he continues, and he has to provide axes. Look at that guy. He's ready. He's like, give me that axe. Yeah, and they're fresh. That guy's going to be out there.
Yeah, he's like, thanks. He actually walked away like, yep, I know what I'm about to go do.
He's gone.
Yeah, see, these guys are like, okay.
Yeah, they're taking the liquor.
That guy right there walked off immediately like, yep, thanks.
He just walked off. He ran up.
Yeah, he's like, yep, thanks. He knows what he's doing with it.
He's been looking for it.
He's got some trees he's got to chop down.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You know, these other guys, like even with the chainsaw, that guy was like playing, was like, yeah, you know, we could just run up down the streets with these, like,
Yeah, that guy's ready.
like they're all like thinking, what can I do? I can run up and down the streets. I could do this. I could do that. That guy though, that guy actually took it and just walked out. I was like, thank you.
Well,
like,
that's why I want people to remember. The government, they forsake the homeless, but that's a whole militia in itself. If you arm them with everything, like those people, sometimes they're devoted. They're devoted. Like they'll die for the cause. And they're like, I got nothing left to lose. I'm going to fight the fight. You know, a lot of other people, they'll be hesitant. It's like, oh, I got a job. I got a family. These people are like, you know what? I'll let it all ride. And that's why there's Charlie the Claw, who's the head leader of all these people. So when the president needs that secret militia, when ICE and the military and the Marines, they're all afraid. And nobody's willing to go on the front lines in Venezuela. They're going to call Charlie the Claw and the hidden militia of the homeless. And here's Charlie the Claw to remind you. They are the ones that will always be faithful. You can see it in his face. He's ready. He's never going to give up. These people are out there, and see, they're in the shadows. You'll never know that he's out there with an axe. He's out there with a chainsaw. Out there with, you know, a bunch of little bottles of Fireball. They're ready to ride.
Yeah. Well, that's why even the animals are scared.
What is that? That's more like a malfunction of the Matrix.
Oh boy! Oh, that's tight!